my channel. I want to say thank you, viewers, for watching my content. I really appreciate it. I have posted 17 horrible Tinder date disaster stories. I have decided for the 18th one, I was going to share my Tinder story in just one video. I'm going to tell you about this crazy guy I met. Let me just tell you. So after hearing and interviewing all these people about their Tinder dates, I had to deal with one of my interviewees that if they did an interview with me, I had to get on Tinder. Yeah, do you remember Chelsea? Okay. She said that if she did an interview, I had to make a Tinder and get on to see what my experience would be and then to share it. And who knows, it could be a good experience, but it wasn't. Anyways, okay, so I get on, and this is about 2 months ago. I meet this guy on Tinder. We talk for like 2 weeks. He goes to UNCG, the same school I go to. He is a senior there. I am a sophomore. So he's 2 years older than I am. Very cute. You know, he was very sweet. I mean, very sweet. We decided to go on a date after about 2 weeks, and he took me to the movies and to dinner, and then we later went and got some ice cream. We had a lot to talk about. I mean, you know, we went to the same school. He was very cute, very sweet, everything. And I thought, okay, I really like this guy. Like, he's my type. Like, I could go on another date with him. I could see myself dating him. So we ended up going on a second date, and it was great. Like, he was awesome. I really liked him. The only thing that really threw me off a little bit was that he was very nosy. Like, whenever I would be texting, I don't really text on dates, but like my mom texts me, I do have to text back. He would be like looking, and I'm like, and I just blew it off. I was like, oh, it's just my mom, you know, like, you know, assuring him it's nothing to be worried about. But I thought that was a little weird because I barely know you, and if I see you texting, I'm not gonna look over your shoulder. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Anyway, I didn't really think too much about it. But by like the 4th or 5th date, we were having dinner, and he calls me Amber. And I was like, I just looked at him, and I was like, what? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Beth. At this point, I was infuriated. Like, you just called me another girl's name. He was like, I'm so sorry. That's my sister's name. I was just texting my sister. And first of all, I didn't believe that. Like, my first thought was, you know, it's an ex-girlfriend. You know, he's thinking about somebody else. And whatever. I don't know. He called me the wrong name. And after that, I was completely pissed. Like, I was ready to go home. By that time, my mood had completely changed. And he could definitely tell. He just kept telling me, you know, that was my sister. And as the date went on, he was like, are you still mad about this? And I'm like, yeah, I am. You called me another girl's name. Anyways, he's like, it really is my sister. I can show you. And he turns his phone around, and he's been texting a girl named Amber. And I'm like, that don't mean anything. Like, that don't mean that's your sister. Anyway, he's like, yeah, it is. And he, like, gets on his Facebook and types in Amber, and he types in her last name, West, which is, you know, his last name. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, it was his sister. Like, they were friends on Facebook. He even had it on his Facebook, like the family about thing. It was his sister. They had pictures together with his parents. It was his sister, but that was very, very weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I blew it off at that point. Once I found out it was his sister, I was, you know, okay again. So then, you know, everything was normal. I didn't think anything else about it. I forgot about it after a while. So, about a month went by of just dating, and he kept telling me he wanted to date me. I wasn't really ready to date yet because I still wasn't really sure about this guy. There was something about him. I really liked him. There was just something about him I wasn't really sure about. He didn't really want me to meet his family, I don't think, because I did let him meet my family, and he seemed to really like them. And he has 2 sisters, and I was like, well, why can't I meet your family? You know, like, I want to meet your family. He never wanted me to. And I was like, maybe he's embarrassed. You know, I don't know. Well, come to find out, I go to his apartment because he lives in Greensboro. And he invites me over, and I go, and he's gonna make me dinner. He's cooking for me. I go to his door. His roommate answers, and he's like, "Oh, hey Beth." I've never met his roommate before, but he knew me because he had obviously talked about me to him. And he was like, "Oh my God, you look like Amber." And I was like, "What?" Anyway, I couldn't remember at this point what his sister had looked like, because the picture he showed me was like a picture of him graduating from high school, and it was like a farther away picture, but you know, I don't even remember what it looked like. I mean, it wasn't like, she had like sunglasses on, so I don't even know what she looked like. Anyways, I was like, okay, I kind of brushed it off. He's like, "You look just like his sister." Okay, that's weird. Anyway, he was just very like weird the whole time in front of all his roommates, like very weird. His roommates were very weird around me, and I was like, this is really weird. Something's up, because he's never acted like this before. So, in the middle of our dinner date, he gets a phone call, and he's like, "I really gotta take this. It's from my job. It may be important. We had someone get sick, and I really need to know if I'm even gonna work tomorrow." And I was like, okay, whatever. So he gets up and he walks into the living room. Well, his roommate walks in there, and he's like, "I really need to tell you something." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, he wants a girl that looks like his sister, because he has a relationship with his sister that's more than a sibling relationship, and she went off to college. She went to Wilmington, and he really misses her, and now he's looking for a girl that looks like his sister. His sister does have dark hair. She has dark skin. She was shaped like me. I mean, you know, we weren't like twins or anything, but it was just really odd. And I was like, "Well, what do you mean? Why does he want a girl that looks like his sister?" He said, "Because they were really close, if you know what I mean." And by that point, like, when he said it like that, I was like, how, like, what does that even mean? And I couldn't ask because, well, my Tinder date's name was Austin. Austin comes back in the room, and I didn't get to ask. Well, by that point, I was really creeped out. Like, that's weird. Anyways, so we end that night, and I actually asked him about this. I was like, I don't want to, you know, step on any toes or cause any problems, but your roommate mentioned to me that you're really close to your sister, and, you know, I'm just wondering when I can meet her, blah, 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 blah. And he got aggravated. He was like, "Well, I don't really want you meeting her at all, ever." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because we're not close." And I was like, "Oh, well, she literally just went to college. Weren't y'all close, like, when you were living at home?" He's like, "We were close at one point. We're not close anymore. Some things happened." Anyways, at this point, I was like, "Well, just tell me what happened. You know, it's not going to change anything." He's like, "Well, I'll tell you if you promise this won't change anything between us." And I was like, "No, it won't." He was like, "Well, I tried to make a move on my sister one time because I thought she was really hot." And I was like, that is really weird. Like, I don't want to be with a guy who wanted to be with his sister. Like, I don't know if she's ever going to come back around that family again, and then I have to see her and be like, "Oh, he likes his sister." Like, that's not even okay. So, I just really didn't say anything. I was very short at this point. And finally, he's like, "You're being short." Like, he noticed I was being off about it. Because, I mean, at this point, I was, like, over it. I was done. And he's like, "You know, you're being weird." And I was like, "No, the thing is that you're weird for liking your sister and then wanting to be with me because I have the same features as she does." Anyway, he still goes to UNCG, and he's about to graduate, thank God, because the last time I saw him, he was sitting on a bench outside of the Bryan School of Education building staring at me. And it looked like he was taking a picture of me. Like, he literally had his phone sitting on the bench like this. And it was very, very awkward. I just turned my head. I mean, he was just very strange. That was the last time I saw him. The last thing I ever said to him was to never, ever come near me again because you're a creep. That was the craziest thing I had ever heard in my life, that you liked your sister. I mean, no wonder the girl went to Wilmington. She was freaked out. He was a total weirdo. Anyways, YouTubers, I just really wanted to share that crazy story with y'all because it steered me away from Tinder because it was just really weird. Like, I actually really liked this guy in the beginning, and then it's like, you only like me because I look like your sister. It's like, how weird is that? Anyways, YouTubers, I want all of you to have a very good night and be careful on Tinder because you never know who you'll run into. But don't forget to hit subscribe because I'll be posting more content soon. Bye, YouTubers.